Hello England here, and welcome to another video. So today I am very happy to show you this replay. It is one in the Iron Duke, and it is the most damage that I've ever done in a tier 5 ship. So what I was going to be doing before, because I'm currently doing a review of the Iron Duke at the moment, and I needed a nice game for the video, but that's sort of been set back a bit, and instead I'm like, okay, well I'll do a replay because I'm doing a different game for that review anyway, and yeah, I I got very lucky with this game. That's what I'm really going to say. So, as you can see on screen, it's I've not exactly got the most developed captain as well. I've only got 3 actual skills, so you can see priority target, expert marksman, and basics of survivability. But my main sort of aim with the ship is just to go for a general survivability build. But I did want to get the guns turning a bit faster with the expert marksman because, well, it's the Iron Duke, and the guns turn incredibly slowly. So this game, I think it was just a fact of really everything sort of went kind of perfectly in the sense of what ships came to me when. But the outcome could have been better, but even so, I'm happy with how it went. So, see, at the moment I am looking at that Vastaras, but there we go. Yep, I've just noticed that there is the enemy ranger. So, get my spotter up to get my additional range and start firing on the ranger. So I'm quite happy it is a ranger in that, so you won't be able to do too much. Well, basically it's not the Japanese or the German carriers, so it's the AP bombs, and look at this, someone's horn going off. So yeah, so really it's just a fact of I was just trying to get a good game in that. So I was playing quite a few, and I got this. So I was just like, wow, okay, so I'm gonna do this this for a replay review. I'm waiting for the Koenig to get respotted because I've got my guns aimed and loaded, but nothing there that I can really shoot at it because they're just outside my range. The actual range of the ship, it's okay, but it would be nice to have a little bit more. But thankfully, there is the Koenig, so I open fire because I've got high explosives. The fire chance is actually really good on this. I believe it was at 40%, so it's definitely worth firing high explosive, waiting for them to damage control, burn that out, and there you go, you got a fire. So as soon as they put it out, you set fire to them again, and then you start loading armor piercing. However, at the moment, it looks like he's not actually put that fire out, so it's just going to start burning and really giving me some nice damage here. And really just carry on mowing them down until we can really get to the next target. So I think he's kind of realised that there's a lot of people there, and he's the closest up that's not the destroyer. So he's trying his best to actually, I've just seen all those torpedoes there. I don't really remember what I did. Okay, yeah, I turned in. That's good. But yeah, so he's trying to reverse now, so he can start coming out of fire. But I'm just going to keep on going until he goes unspotted or that destroyer gets close to me. But I don't think that destroyer is really going to be getting too close. Okay, so by the looks of it, yeah, he is repairing, and he's either put the fire out or it's burnt itself out. So either way, that's fine. I can just go and set another one and just keep on firing. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually set a fire, but I do manage to get a few penetrations and start getting a bit more damage. And then just slowly turning my guns. But yeah, that's one thing with the Iron Duke you'll find is the guns, they really are slow at turning. So if you're, say, turning left, even if you're trying to keep just the guns trained on their target and you're fully going left or right, you're not going to be able to fire because the guns are going to sort of lose their target because they'll be trying to compensate and they can't turn fast enough. So definitely worth getting the tier 2 skill. So just another 5 seconds and then we'll have a few more shots off, and it looks like the Koenig is starting to bear forward again. As you can see why the smoke is changing. Yeah, there we go. It's started shifting forward. So combat that by just firing in front of the ship rather than behind, and we do get 1 pen and hopefully a few others. Those are coming in now. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. I think it was actually a non-penetration. I got that on as well, so that's quite nice. And that's now another, hopefully, permanent fire. So yeah, that is burning down now, so brilliant. And then we've got even more. So I think at this point I'm just thinking, well, you know what? I'll try and get some shots towards the front and see if I can get another fire going there, just to increase the amount of damage I'm getting per second, because As soon as he goes unspotted and that, I can't really damage him anymore, so I might as well try and get some burn damage rather than AP. So now, if you actually look on the map, you'll see that there's quite a few ships in front of me as well. So there's the Dunkirk, the Bayern. I mean, the Hawkins just got killed, but those are two ships that are going to be quite good for actually farming any actual damage off. So start looking this way, and might as well start firing. So there is the Dunkirk, and you'll see what I mean with the guns in a second here. So I'm going to fire them. Okay, right. So I wasn't turning far enough there, so my bad. I think you may see it later in this game anyway with what I'm trying to get at. But I mean, I think you'll be able to guess what I'm trying to go about here with the guns not being able to keep up. So there is the Dunkirk. So he's giving me a really nice broadside there. So I am loading armor piercing now because, I mean, if you're not going to be firing armor piercing at that, then you might as well just not bother having AP, because that's where you're going to do a hell of a lot of damage, which you are about to see here as I get onto this side. Okay, so their carrier did, yep, six shots. I got 6 penetrations, doing 12k damage. So I do apologise to Emerald for, I guess, stealing his kill. At the same time, I mean, I wanted the damage, and come on, who's really going to say no to that sort of broadside? Right, so now we've got the other Iron Duke here, and he's actually turning, giving me a broadside here, which is actually going to be coming out of the water, so I'm going to be able to get a sort of flatter angle as well because of the way he's turning. You'll see he's coming in now, and also the range is attacking, and look at that! 19,000 damage. How good is that? 6 penetrations and 2 over penetrations, so I'm very pleased with that result there. So that's really got me up to nearly 70,000 damage. And we're reloading now, and he's fired at us whilst we're at an angle, so yeah, by the looks of it, only 2 of those shells penned or over-penned by the looks of it. Now we can start firing even more as he keeps turning out. So I am aware that the Bayern is also looking at me, and we have just done another 7,000 damage to that Iron Duke, so he's definitely not our biggest fan at the moment, but we do start turning him because that Bayern is going to be a bit of an issue here. So get our guns trained. We still are keeping our armor piercing loaded, and we are putting our priority AA there as well. I do preemptively start repairing just for when this Bayern actually starts firing. And there we go, we got some first of our shots on, and do try and miss those torpedoes. I mean, we do actually manage to avoid one, so I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, I have noticed the Iron Duke is there, so he can, at the end of the day, he can do exactly what I just did to him, so I do start turning back into his shots, and thankfully he only does 7,000 damage, which is good, because that could have potentially gone quite badly. So I can see what's happening here. So the Iron Duke is going to be out of my range, so I actually start turning back in, and I can see this guy's guns aren't aiming at me, so there we go. 19,000 damage there. Those front guns can't do anything about me. The only thing really is going to be the rear guns there. As you can see, those 2 are aimed in at me, but that's why I just continue turning rather than giving him an easy broadside to punish, and just let my secondary start doing their thing. So the one thing I am doing though is waiting until he's dead, because I don't really want to, you know, use my damage control and then get another fire set, so then I've got loads of time getting killed by fire. So just waiting at the moment and trying to turn my guns. You can see they are really struggling to get there. So, and finally we get the guns off and we manage to secure the kill. And now we can use the repair party and start turning the other way. As you can also see, there is a New York coming in, and from that engagement we've already done 108,000 damage. So already this is looking to be a pretty good game. I mean, I'm usually at tier 10. I usually try and get at least 100k, because that's just a good sort of ballpark figure to aim for. So at tier 5 I'm going, hey, this is quite good, this is, and I can see there's still quite a few battleships. So there is the Iron Duke. He's given me another very fat broadside. I mean, he does get a couple of penetration there, but I return the favour and get 2 and manage to get 7,000 damage. So already I'm thinking, hey, this is good, and fire off another salvo. And then we can also see this New York is coming into play. Unfortunately, they do have the cap advantage, but thankfully our Emerald is coming in clutch and trying to get the Delta point. But even so, that will prove to be not enough in this game, because at the moment you'd be, not. You'd be forgiven for thinking that we're going to win this, basically. You can see, we've got a carrier, we've got the advantage, we've got a destroyer, and we've also got a ship advantage. The only thing is they've got battleships, and we've only got 1 battleship and 3 cruisers, so... Yeah, it's... I'd still have put my money on us winning here, but you will see that's not quite the case. However, there is the New York, and they gave us a nice broadside there, and obviously we took that opportunity as best as we could, and fired in some armor-piercing into their side. So at the same time, we are trying to turn as best we can to angle ourselves against their armor-piercing shells, which, well, we did, because they didn't do as much damage, and now we've got our guns ready, up and ready again, so wait for them to load, and then get those straight down the centre again, and do even more damage. So, yep, 9,000 damage, and I'm quite happy with that. And it looks like Gepard is... I don't know, not looking where he's going, so that's good of him, but he did get torpedoes off. And hopefully those do manage to hit. I believe that means Jaguar in French. I did have a look because I was curious as to what that meant. But again, the New York seems like he's not really learned, because he's still giving me a broadside. I'm not entirely sure why. But we still punish that again, and he's left with 5,000 HP. So yeah, he does get another broadside hit, but thankfully they miss. And now it's just a fact of getting him finished off. So we're not going to be able to do that ourselves, I don't think, because he's getting past the island. But I think the Monty Broccoli or whatever. Yeah, I cannot pronounce it, so I'll just call it the Monty Broccoli. We'll hopefully be able to finish him off, because I mean he's only got 2,000. He's got SAP shells, and SAP shells are ridiculously good for melting down pretty much anything. So as you can see, those coming in, and wow, 30 HP. God damn. But anyway, so yeah, he's no longer a problem, which is good. So we can now start pushing around the corner. So as you can see, it's just going to be a fact of, yep, he's finishing him off, and I'm like, okay, we'll go and get the Iron Duke. So I'm hoping the Monty Broccoli will go in and get Alpha, whilst I go and get Charlie, and then we'll have a nice amount of map control. And plus I can try and see if I can actually smudge out this Iron Duke, because, he's on a similar amount of HP to me, so I want to see if I can try and take him out. We're coming around here, and I'm still thinking, okay, yeah, the Italian is gonna go in and get A, and I'll get C, and then we should be doing pretty well. I mean, by the looks of it on the maps, I mean, yeah, we have just lost another cruiser, and now they have got the ship advantage. But I was thinking, okay, that'd be good. Hopefully the Regia can focus on here. This is where I make a mistake. I did make a mistake here, and I just thought, oh dear, that's bad. I'm broadside to the Iron Duke. He's got AP loaded. This is bad. That's what I'm thinking. I thought at that point I was going to be dead. I thought, that's it. I'm out of the game. It's this isn't good. So I've got my repair party, and this is my final repair party as well. So at this point, I'm like, right, well, I'll do as much damage as I can, and just really try and keep the game, keep in the game for as long as I can. So I do start falling on this Kodowski. There we go, as you can see. So respective shots there, and yep, how none of those penetrated, I really don't know, and I'm feeling very lucky to be alive at this point. And I've actually got 3 guns that are still loaded, so fire those off. 28 HP. Oh my god, what is it with these lucky players? There we go. Thankfully the Monty Broccoli does finish him off, but he's not gone for A. That's why I'm thinking, oh no, okay. But at this point I did want to start getting off this Kodowski, because he's going to be a bit of an issue, so try and get some shots in while he's still in my firing range. So yep, get another overpen unfortunately, and yep, we're already now at 174,000 damage. I do still have a spotting plane as well, so obviously that is going to come into effect. And yeah, we do miss that again. There's a Vastra. So I do then see there is the enemy Koenig. So he is also aiming at me, he can see me, but my shells have reloaded. Well, my guns have reloaded, sorry, so might as well start firing those off at the Koenig, just because if we can take him out, then that'd be quite good, so the carrier will have a bit more of a chance of surviving and maybe clutching the game. Those shells miss, and these shells come in, and I was getting very scared at this point, and somehow I am still alive. And yeah, we don't do any damage to this Koenig, which is a shame, but yeah. So thankfully the Monty, well, I don't know how you say this, Monty Cuculli. Yeah, we'll stick with that. He is actually capping the C point, so we are still trying to somewhat keep a cap, you know, keep the caps the same. And unfortunately, my shells do hit that island rather than penetrating. So I am turning in though at this point just to get back into the battle, because you can see the points. It's not looking too good. However, the Koenig, he's got 3,000 HP left. The one issue is yeah, these are quite slow. Well, the shell velocity is rather slow in the ship, so for them to actually get there, they are very easy to avoid. So I'm just trying my best here while I still got my spotting plane, but there is only really so much you can do. But even there, the Monty Broccoli is going for these shots, and yeah, he gets him down to 800 HP, and I'm so sad with that. He's literally just one shot. So, unfortunately, our spotting plane goes just before our shells reload, and now I cannot fire on that Koenig. That's very bad, so this is why I started turning in as fast as I could, just so I could at least somewhat try and get some actual damage in. I mean, I'd have loved for that Koenig to actually go down, but by the looks of it, that's not happening. And unfortunately, our Monty Broccoli actually comes out of the cap. Now they're getting even more points. Thankfully, he does finish off the Koenig, so we do get more points, but we no longer have the Charlie point, and they've got all 4 caps. And yeah, the guy in chat, he's saying GG. And at this point, I'm thinking, yeah, I can't really argue with that. This is a GG. So, yeah, that's just quite sad. I mean, I wish I could have done more in this situation, but regardless, I'm very happy with this. I mean, I had a look, I think, or at least the time recording this video, I was at about like 60th place or something, like in the top amount of damage done. So regardless, I'm very happy with that, because that is a good amount of damage done. But yeah, that's really it for this. So I'm just trying to see if anything can come into my spotting range. Hopefully maybe the Vestras will come back in, because you can see he's in range, but it is just very sad. And actually, he does come in range, so you can see that I fire him off prospectively. I mean, the chances of me actually hitting that are very low, because, as I say, the actual velocity of the shells is slow. I think it's like something like 700 meters per second. So yeah, no, they're just trailing right behind it, and that's it. I've put a GG in chat, and it is looking very bad. Yep, that's it. 94, 98, and that's it. We've lost the game. So that was a very, very close game there. I mean, actually, if we go to the actual battle result here, so yeah, I'm very happy with that. So 311,000 credits, 2,170 XP, 464 free XP. You can see there we've got the Dreadnought and High Caliber achievements. So obviously 174,000 damage, which I think is, I'd say it's good. I'd say that's very good for a tier 5 ship. 92 main battery hits, 9 aircraft shot down, 2 incapacitations, 2 ships destroyed. I mean, technically it should have been 4, but I mean, the kills got secured by the Italians. But I don't mind that. I mean, I got a good amount of damage. Only 4 fires, considering I was firing quite a lot of high explosive, and 38 target hits on the secondary batteries. So I'm happy with that. I think most of that was with the Bayern when we went sort of like side and side, and 1 spotting ribbon. So overall, I'd say that was rather good. Now, if we go over to the team score, so yeah, I came top of the team with 1,276 base XP. So if I was on the winning team, I don't know how much I would have gotten, so probably something similar to what the Koenig got. So overall, I'm quite happy with that. And then the damage done. So yeah, 31,000 to the Bayern, so that's definitely quite good. Nearly 20,000 to the Dunkirk, and then yeah, 48,000 to the Iron Duke. The New York, yeah, 40,000 there, 29,000 to the Koenig, and then just small amounts to other ships as well. And then we'll just go to the economics report real quick here. So you can see, yeah, that's quite good. So the profit is 288k, so I'd say it's quite good for a tier 5 game. I mean, even without premium, 180k is quite good. And then just the amount of XP there. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with that. So that's really it from that replay. I just thought I'd share it just because I was very happy with that. So I thought someone else may be interested in watching it. And that is it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and a comment if you can think of anything I can improve on or anything you want me to, cover in the future. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching and goodbye.